Waterloo. Ha ha ha. YouTube crew, what it do? Big Sue back again on another walk. As you can see, this time we are not departing from the gym, but we're simply on a nice little midday walk here in beautiful ATX. It's an absolute gorgeous day. Wrapped up a couple morning, afternoon calls. Now I'm just having a walk, pondering on life. And I thought, what better way to pass the time and to really be able to make an impact on the world than to make another YouTube video. Today's topic is J. Cole was right, man. J. Cole was right that there is no such thing as a life that's better than yours. You know, if you don't know the song, it's Love Yours by J. Cole. And the premise of that song is so much deeper than just some 3-minute hip hop song. And he says a couple things in that song that really hit home, and they're very beautiful in a very methodical way in terms of how to live your life. He says a lot of quotes about always gonna be a badder bitch that's better than yours, always gonna be a house that's bigger than yours, always gonna be a better whip than the one that you drive. And it really pertains back to the idea that is the age-old statement of comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. It's the ulcer of the soul. And the thing about today, nowadays, is I made a video on this last week about social media really does try and put you into a box and make choices for you and say, you know, you need to go this way, you need to do your life this way. But what I've found very influential on people who see a lot of success versus the people that might not see as much success is they just don't compare themselves. And I don't mean in the way of you're a business person being competitive and saying, all right, how do we make our product better, you know, compared to the person who is in a different shoe than us. But I'm talking about the people who are fed up with their life. They're miserable in some type of way. They don't enjoy their day-to-day. And rather than changing things and looking in on their life and seeing how amazing their life truly already is and how much better it can get if they see it from a different perspective, instead they spend all of their time looking over their shoulder. Who's behind me, who's around me, who's the next person that I can look at and compare my situation to. Why would you ever compare yourself, compare your life, or compare your situation to somebody else, especially a complete stranger who you have no idea their upbringing, no idea their backstory, no idea what type of work or non-work they've put in to get to where they are today? Because when you're always looking over your shoulder, spending so much time and energy looking at the person next to you, you stop focusing on you. You start to run away from yourself rather than look inward. You know, the man who looks outside dreams, the man who looks in awakens. I'll say this shit time and time again. But when you constantly find yourself comparing who you are with somebody else, it takes away a lot of the value and power you hold over your own life. Because you can't change somebody else. You can't change the things that they have. You can't change the things that they do. The only thing you have true control over is yourself. The only thing you have true control over is what you do in the route you're gonna take in life. And how do you ever expect to enjoy the moments and the beautiful blessings you already have when all you do is compare it to somebody else's blessings? You know, I had a buddy, still have a friend, and we were younger, you know, all he would do is talk about, I hate my house. I hate my house because my friends have a better house, and my friends have this, my friends have that. And I remember I would ask him, and I would just say, man, aren't you just blessed to even have a house? Aren't you just blessed to even have a roof over your head? clothes on your back, you got a gaming system in the living room. Absolutely. You can always have more. But that's the problem with society nowadays, is everybody wants you to focus on more. But in order to actually align yourself and start gaining more in terms of fulfillment, you got to look within. Life is a game of perspective, all right? It's not a game of materialism. It's a game of perspective. And when you can look at life from the perspective that, hey, you know what? I have big goals and I want to go achieve awesome things. But right now, if life were to end today, I still have everything I need. If you're able to watch this video from a phone, if you're able to lay on your bed in a nice, cool environment, under some comfortable blankets, and lay your head on a beautiful pillow, and have some fucking beef or steak, chicken in the fridge, you've got everything you need. You are surviving, you are living. If anything, you're thriving. But you're always so caught up focusing on the next person and the next person and the next person that we don't even worry about ourselves anymore. We don't even think about ourselves anymore. Charlie Munger said this one time, and he said, we honestly don't even live in a world full of greed. We live in a world full of envy. People would rather, instead of focusing on them and just gaining their own things, they would rather just complain about how everybody else has something that they don't. And they grow this fucking turmoil, or they grow this envy, just malicious outlook on those people because of the life that they live. And so if you really look inward, I want to challenge every single one of you to look at your current life. What do you have right now that maybe somebody else would be absolutely blessed to have? What do you have right now that somebody else would fucking die for because they don't have it? Yes, you can spend a lot of time looking at what somebody else has that you don't have. There's always going to be somebody that has something more than you. There will be. I'm going to switch the camera around here, but there will be. But there's always going to be somebody else who has not even close to the things that you have. And they would be absolutely joyous to have even a quarter of the things that you have. Do you have a stable mind? Do you have a stable body? I'm fucking walking on 2 feet right now. I have dope sunglasses on. I have the sun beaming in my face. I have vibrance. I have zest for life. That right there is all I should need. If you have that as well, you're blessed. You could be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. You could be mentally challenged, not knowing how to think on your own, needing to be cared for your entire life, never getting to experience what it's like to have just the simple joys that we as individuals in life get to have. And so guys, you got to realize that there really is no such thing as a life that's better than yours. Nothing. Your life is beautiful because it's yours. It's individual to you. There will never be another human with the same makeup, same types of mind and beliefs and personality that you fucking have. You are one of one. You're not one in a million. You're not one in a trillion. You are literally one of one, simply because there will never, ever, ever be another person like you. You're so fucking special, it's not even funny. But when you always focus on somebody else and what they got, it devalues what you have. And that'll lead you down a slippery slope, my friend, because there's never enough comparing. There's never. It's a race you'll never win. Because you can compare, and guess what? You're always going to find another thing to compare your life to. Why don't you compare your life to what you did yesterday? Compare your life to who you were a year ago. How have you improved? What things have you done? What impact have you had? Doesn't have to be on the world. What impact have you had on someone in your family's life? Maybe your partner's life. maybe your life. Think about that. What type of impact have you had on your fucking life, man? And I'm sorry if it's windy, but it's just a beautiful thing to be able to wake up every single day and just breathe air. It's so fucking revitalizing because before you know it, man, life's gonna be over. We're all gonna cease to exist. This YouTube video is never gonna be watched by somebody again. Who knows where the fucking world's gonna be in 10, 15, 100 years? I don't know, man. But what I do know is if we have life right now, even if it's hard, even if you're going through things, just realize what are the other blessings that you have. Because you're blessed. You're fucking special. And if you focus on you, you can make the change if you need to. Don't compare. It's the thief of joy. And there really is no such thing as a life that's better than yours, my friends. You guys know I love you so much. As always, let me know what you guys think about this video. How are you maybe comparing yourself? And how can you be more blessed in your life? As always, guys, I love you. Stay tuned for more. Hit that subscribe, hit that like button. Share it with a friend, baby. Let's go. Cheers.